Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about Ajax and Liverpool, the game coming up this week for the first round of the Champions League. And I'm here with Ryan, LFC. Well, Ryan, it's your channel, so why don't you just take it from here?
How are you guys doing? Welcome back to the channel. This is a match preview, the first game in the Champions League. It's going to be an excited game. I'm looking forward. Liverpool have a lot of injury, but I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried because I'm confident with Joe Gomez and Joel Matip. Let's hope they can keep it strong for Virgil van Dijk. And I hope Adrian do not make any more mistake for the rest of the season. I'm begging you, Adrian. Please, I'm begging you. But it's a massive game. What are your thoughts on this game?
I'm very excited for this game. I'm looking forward to it for a couple reasons. I like the way Liverpool plays. Just so everyone can picture this, I am a Manchester United fan, but I try to be as fair as possible. I like the way Liverpool plays. It was very unfortunate that they lost Virgil van Dijk this weekend. And like you said, they have Joe Gomez and Matip. It's definitely not the same level, so it will be an issue for Liverpool. But I'm looking forward to watching Ajax play because what happened to Ajax from past season to this season is they lost a lot of their key players, such as Ziyech that went to Chelsea, Donny van de Beek that went to Manchester United. So they're playing some of the young guys, and they signed a couple young guys, which we're going to cover in the video. We're going to put it on screen. And Ajax is known for all this good development of young players. Don't you agree? They have a lot of good young players that they bring up.
Always.
So I'm looking forward to see how they'll perform against a world-class team. So they're going to play Liverpool, and I'm looking forward to see how these young guys are going to perform. Because one thing is to perform at the Voetbal League, the Dutch league, which the competition is lower, but then they're going to face Liverpool. So we'll see how they do there. And you let me know, and I'll put it on screen, the roster for Ajax. And guys, at the end of the video, I'm going to give you my prediction for this game. So you might want to stay to the very end. I don't know if Ryan's going to give his. He's probably going to pick Liverpool.
Definitely, I will give a prediction. But you touch a little bit on Ajax. Ajax is a very good team. They always dominate in Dutch league. But over the years, we see they sell them best player. And you wonder why Ajax getting too many talent. They always have a lot of talent because Ajax is a club where they like to sell. They like to make a little bit of profit. They like to make money, but they always scouting for the next best player. They always scouting for a next better than Hakim Ziyech. They always has been doing that over the years. Suarez, you name them. Zlatan. They always producing very good, and it's going to be a very good game in Amsterdam. So it's going to be an interesting game. I think it's going to be tough. Ajax has been proving themselves in the Champions League for the last 2 years. Unfortunately, they should make it to the final. 2017, 2018. I think 2018 when Liverpool beat Tottenham Spurs. I think if Liverpool will get Ajax, I think it'll be a much tougher game for us. But this, I'm looking forward to see Gini play against the Dutch team.
Yeah, and I think it's also important to point out the thing is the philosophy of Ajax, and it has been like this for a while. I know they had the glory days with Johan Cruyff in the 70s. They had glory days in the 90s, I think, when they had Clarence Seedorf and other superstars. But their whole philosophy now is to pretty much what you said. They go for the next big player, but they try to buy him very cheap and young, and then they try to sell him for 40, 50, 60, 70 million, whatever they can. And that's been their philosophy for a while, which is unfortunate. Could you imagine how good Ajax would be if they had not sold those players?
Yeah, they would be one of the team who are always consistent challenge for that Champions League. Win it too, because I remember when they go Europa League final with Manchester United with the likes of De Jong, all of these players. I'm saying I'm knowing these players a long time. Jose Mourinho with the same that Ibrahimovic beat them in the Europa League final a couple years ago. So this Ajax team is not a pushover. Yes, they lose a lot of key players, but they're going to give Liverpool a lot of trouble, especially Liverpool at the back right now with Joe Gomez injury prone. I don't know if he can keep fit. Joe Gomez and bad form right now.
No Alisson too.
No Alisson. So it's going to be an interesting game. It's really going to be an interesting. So what do you think?
I'm going to pull up the Ajax team right now here on screen so we can look at it. So the viewers can also picture and we can talk about a few players. So we'll pull it up here. We'll talk about a few of the players. I know some of the players very well, and I'll talk to you which ones, and you can talk about the ones you know. And then at the end, we'll give our prediction for the game, what the score will be, all that stuff. So I want to start talking about the goalkeeper that they have, Andre Onana. He's from Cameroon, and he is young and a fantastic goalkeeper. He's been speculated to go to big teams for a while. I don't know if you've seen him. Well, you've definitely seen him play before.
Listen,
Fantastic
man.
goalkeeper, super athletic. So right away from the get-go, you have a team that has a solid goalkeeper in the back, something that Liverpool without Alisson, they don't have. So if you compare goalkeeper to goalkeeper, Adrian and Onana, I think Ajax starts an advantage right there. Would you agree on that?
100%, man. This young goalkeeper, talented. I seen him play in the Champions League 2 seasons now, and he has been perform at the highest level. Surprised me, him don't get a big move yet. Chelsea has been linked to him in right through the summer. I don't know why Chelsea don't pick him up, but he's a very good goalkeeper, and I'm going to make some big save. I see him make some big save against Tottenham Spurs 2 seasons ago in the Champions League and against Real Madrid. He's a very good goalkeeper, and him young, tall, strong, very good at the ball at him feet. So it's going to be difficult. I just hope
He's
Mohamed Salah can
also
get past him.
He's also very experienced for his age. He's 24, but he's been around Ajax for a while, and he's played, like you said, that he was in the team that played the semifinals of the Champions League. So he's been for a while. He has experience, so he's not going to feel it on a game against Liverpool. So just to start, I think at the goalkeeper position, since Liverpool doesn't have Alisson, which is one of the best goalkeepers in the world, Onana advantage for Ajax right there to start. The second player we have here on screen, which is a very important player for Ajax, is Davi Neres, the Brazilian player. He plays as a right winger, but he's more of an inverted winger because he's a lefty. He cuts middle a lot. He's very skilled, has a lot of flair. He's been proven to be a good player. He's definitely not world class. He's definitely nowhere near Salah. So right there, I give an advantage to Liverpool. I think Davi Neres is much worse than Salah, despite being a great player.
He's a good player. He's a good player, and he can cause Liverpool a lot of problem. He can cause us a lot of problem, especially him going to play on the side that Chen play. Chen like to go forward, and he good on the ball. He have some very good skill. Technically good player on the ball. So I'm expecting him to give Chen a lot of problem, but I'd love to have him at Liverpool. Trust me, I'd love to have him at Liverpool. He would be a good squad player.
But Ryan, do you think Ajax will put, because David Neres usually plays as a right winger, so if he plays as a right winger, Robertson would be playing defense on him. You think they would maybe put David Neres as the left winger just to try to put him where Trent is, since Trent goes up so much?
Yeah, because technically him good, he can give Trent a lot of problem. Robertson is a very good defender. Trent not really 100% in defense, just like Robertson. So I think Ajax probably switch it, put this good player on Trent to try to keep him back, not to come forward to give this Ajax team a lot of problems. So yeah, he's a good player.
Okay, I think that might be a strategy they'll do too. Maybe they'll put David Neres where Trent is to try to see if he can exploit the fact that Trent does go up a lot and he's not as good as a defender as Robertson. So now we have Nicolas Tagliafico, the Argentine left back that starts for the Argentine national team. He's not the greatest left back in the world, but he's a very solid player. I don't think he'll be something that will decide the game, but he's very important. But I think Robertson is miles ahead when it comes to that. Robertson's a much better player than him. So I think it's another position where Liverpool has a big advantage.
Yeah, 100%. In this case, man-to-man, Liverpool are going to dominate in position. You know, if I was 2 years ago, it would be very tough for us because I actually have Delic and they still have Tadic, an important player for them. He can give us a really, really, really problem at the back, especially without Van Dijk. So, yeah.
And I also want to point out to all the viewers here that don't know, Ajax plays on a similar, not playing style, but similar tactics when compared to Liverpool. They both play on a 4-3-3 most of the game.
Yeah, most definitely. That's the formation Ajax use. Press, they have a lot of energy. They're young. They want to stamp their class in the Champions League again this season. So, yeah, they're going to give us a lot of problem.
So now we keep going down. We go to Dele Blind. We know him from Manchester United and from the Dutch national team from the 2014 World Cup. He's an okay center back. He's a veteran. He's not anything special. I don't think he's better than any of the Liverpool defenders. He's also not worse. So he's kind of small.
He's a good player. He's a good player on the ball. Former Manchester United player, probably want to show him class against this Liverpool team. He's a good player, and I think people need to give him more credit. This guy very fantastic on the football. Probably not the big name or have a big fan base, but he's a good player, gifted
And
player.
and since Liverpool's center forward is Firmino, which is not really known for heading, he's not really a big player. He's an average sized player. I think Blind can work with him. Blind or Blind. I don't know how to properly say his name. Because the main issue Blind or Blind, whatever his name is,
Bling.
would be if you guys had a very big center forward for headers, because he's not very not a big center back. But I think he can do an okay job against Liverpool. I think he'll do okay.
Yeah, definitely. I think Liverpool should start Origi up front because over the years we see the last 3 years with the Ajax team, they're young, they don't have a lot of experience. Soon as they start to play this long ball in the box, they're uncomfortable because they're not good in the air, especially we see Tottenham Spurs do it to them 2 years ago. But Anana, the good goalkeeper, I probably need to come on in box more in this game if Origi going to play, because Liverpool play with a lot of square inside the box with Robertson, Trent. So that's a thing Bling going to have problem with Liverpool with a lot of square inside the box.
And look at this. Now, I'm not going to cover every single player. There's a couple more that I want to cover before we move out of this and talk about our prediction for the game. But one important player to point out is Tadic. He's their veteran. He's 31. He's right at his prime. He's the captain of the team. He plays as a left winger, but like we said, they could invert him and David Neres during the game. He might be a player that they might try to exploit on Trent Arnold's bad defense. It could be Tadic. He's a very good player, so he's a player that Liverpool has to watch out for. He's been there for a long time too. What do you think?
Definitely. Yeah, he has been performing for them. He has scored some important goal against Juventus. He's a good player. From him at Southampton, Liverpool has been linked to him in the past. So that simply means he's a good player. He has done it in the league, scoring a lot of goal, experienced player. So he's one of the key players Liverpool should look out for. We can give us serious problem at the back.
And Ryan, there's actually now two players that I want to point out to you that I think can be difference makers in this game. One of them is on the top of the screen named Anthony. He was from São Paulo in Brazil. I actually know him pretty well as a player because he played my team in Brazil, Palmeiras, a lot. And he's a fantastic right winger. He's also a lefty that plays on the right wing, so he likes to cut middle a lot. And he's one of those super pacey, young, skilled players. So if he comes into the game and he's in a good day, expect trouble for Liverpool. He's one of those super skilled Brazilian players with a lot of flair. So if Anthony gets in, he's 20 years old, keep an eye on him. Everyone. Many of you might not know this player, but please keep an eye on him. He's very skilled. He could break defenses. So I don't know if you know Anthony.
I don't know him. Thank you very much for bringing me look a light on this player. So I'm looking forward to see him in this game.
Yeah,
Brazil always produce some very good youngster, at that age, 19, 20. Remember Ramirez, Ascar, and all of these players. So, yeah, I mean a very good league to progress in football. So, I'm looking forward to see him.
Yeah, if Anthony comes in, it'll be fun to watch. We'll see how he performs. But he's 20, so he's young. He could oscillate. He could have some trouble, but super talented, a lot of flair. And then the last player I wanted to point out is another young guy. I think you've heard of this one. It's Ryan Gravenberch. So let me pull the screen down a little bit so you guys can know who I'm talking about. It's right there. The very first one. Ryan Gravenberch. He's the 18-year-old Dutch player. He's been starting for Ajax this season at the central midfield position, and he's expected to get called up for the Dutch national team. He played for the U21, U20, U19, all of those. He's a very good young central midfielder. He could be the next big thing for the Dutch football. So, have you seen Ryan play? What do you think? What do you think of him?
No, I don't see him play. I don't know, do not play. Ryan, my namesake, so
I'm
looking forward to see him, man. I don't really watch the Dutch league too much, but whenever Ajax play in the Champions League, I like to watch Ajax because they play some very good attacking football. I press, so I watch them a lot.
So to all the viewers, besides Ajax has a lot of other good players, but the two players that we wanted to point out for you guys to keep an eye on is Anthony. If he comes in the game, he's a bench player, and Ryan Gravenberch, which is a starter. So keep an eye on this Dutch player too. You're probably going to see him very soon on a big team in Europe, maybe Barcelona, Real Madrid, Liverpool, Chelsea, Manchester United, Manchester City, any of those big teams. These two players. So now let me cut off this screen. Let me bring us back up, which is what matters. They want to see us, not the players.
That's what they want to see.
So Ryan, we're hitting about the 15-minute mark of the video. I think it's time for us to give our predictions for this game, what score we think it's going to be, and why. Do you want me to go first or you go first?
You go first.
Okay. So based on what we talked about, I think despite Ajax having a lot of talent and being a great team, I think Liverpool will pull a win, even though they don't have Van Dijk, don't have Alisson, and it seems like Thiago Alcantara is out for this game, right?
Yeah, it's a possibility.
It's a possibility. Let's say Thiago Alcantara is out. I think Liverpool will win for a couple of reasons. One, Ajax is too young. Two, Liverpool will out-talent them. I'm going to say Liverpool's going to beat Ajax 2-1. 2-1 Liverpool win away. Big win for Liverpool. 2-1 win.
Okay, I am predicting a 3-1 for Liverpool.
3-1.
Comfortable win, but it's not going to be easy. But I want to point out something before we leave. Liverpool need to improve on their form away from home in the Champions League. It's not a good record. For the last 2 years, it has been poor away in the group stage in the Champions League. If we want to top this group, we have to improve from away. We always get the job done at Anfield, but it's important to get either 6 points or 7 points away from home in the group stage. Now let's hope Mohamed Salah come to the party, Sadio Mane, Roberto Firmino. We all know what Liverpool can do. We don't need to talk about Liverpool much. We know what they're great at, and let's hope they pull it off. And big up to Mohamed Salah, 100 goal for Liverpool. Well done.
True. Fantastic
Egyptian
player.
king.
And before we go to, I wanted to point out one thing about the group. Since we finished the preview for Ajax, you guys have Atalanta in your group. That's
Yeah,
a
they
tough
get
team.
smashed yesterday by Napoli 4 goals to
I know,
1.
but
So
don't underestimate
I'm not
them.
underestimate them. Atalanta is a very good team. They has been doing it, scoring a lot of goals for fun. Against Paris Saint-Germain, they should have won that, go to the Champions League quarterfinal or semi-final. Unfortunate, I think they run out of gas in the last 5 minutes. And
Well,
PSG,
what happened to Atalanta this weekend, just before we close up the video, was they didn't have a couple of the players because of the international break. Like Luis Muriel, the Colombian player, didn't play. So that's a couple of the reasons. And just see it this way, losing to weaker teams by a lot can happen from time to time, good teams. Just like Liverpool lost 7-2 to Aston Villa. That's not normal, but it happened. Sampdoria had their players during the international break. They were ready for the game. They beat Atalanta. I'm telling you, Atalanta and Liverpool should be the teams to go through this group. So Liverpool needs to perform versus Ajax because the Atalanta games will be tough. They're going to score goals.
yeah, definitely. With Van Dijk out, we have to, that's what I'm saying, we have to start to get it right away from home. We have to beat Ajax starting this Wednesday. It's going to be an interesting game. We need to score a goal and we need to get our first away win. No draw would be good for us because Atalanta will play against the weaker side in this group. So it is important for Liverpool to get a good start in this group. And I see us winning this one 3-1.
And Ryan, I want to thank you for having me at your channel, for inviting me, and for dealing with me too.
I'm appreciating it, man. Me and you have a nice chemistry. I can see the chemistry already. So we are going forward. We have a lot more video to do. Guys, remember, subscribe to Tactical Manager. He's a very good guy. Go and give him a show. Ryan LFC Senior. So give him your support. Give him your support. So I want to tell you guys, thank you very much for watching the video. Remember, hit the subscribe button. The link will in the bio for Tactical Manager channel. So give him a show. What you have to say?
Me, that's all I had to say. Just thank you to you guys. If you can't check my channel, check it out. Don't forget to hit the like button for this video to also help Ryan's channel here. Subscribe to his channel if you're new here. Thank you everyone for watching, and just have a great day.
Until next time, from my boy Ryan.